guys, welcome back to Stratton Top Farm. So today's episode, as it's winter time, there's a few jobs I need to be doing around the yard. It's going to get quieter, but this week has been a little bit more active. Had some storms, so all the cows are now in, thankfully. They're in now the rain and stuff, and the fields are now need to be repaired. So it's going to be a lot of rolling going on and stuff like that. Yeah. So we still have the 135 here in the shed. We're not doing much with the 135 as she's a small tractor. We have our Marshall 100 here. She has our Marshall trailer. So we're just going to pull out the Marshall trailer. We're going to go down and get a load of grain, a load of meal for the cows. Our local shop there, and we're going to go down ourselves and collect them. A trailer load. We put the trailer in the shed to make sure so it's nice and dry, so when we do put the meal or cake or whatever we want to call it into the trailer and bring it back and put it in the shed, that it won't stick to the sides of the trailer and keep it nice and dry. Silage pitch, we're still getting through it. We're going to start kind of easing off the pit silage, as we don't have a lot of pit silage. We like to keep it more so towards the end of the season. So we have loads of round bales, so we're going to start using them. We have our die feeder in the shed. Die feeder is just packed up. We're not going to be doing as much mixed rationing yet. It's early days, but we're just kind of using the front grab on the front of the Massey just to take bucket loads off the front of the silage pit, more so than making a mixed ration yet, as we don't have all the ingredients for it yet. So we need to go get some meal and stuff like that, and we'll make up a new mixed ration for them. We have the combine here in the shed. We moved that over last week. We have our Land Rover here. She's parked beside the workshop. Yeah, we have our loader sticks here. Farmers is that they're putting up a pin. He's moved the cow and calf into there. He's just making sure they're all right. Our yearlings, our beef yearlings, they're doing very well, and we're keeping their good quality silage for them. Keep their condition up during the winter. Our JCB load all here. We broke one of the headlights on it. As you can see, it's missing on this side, on the left hand side. It's a black headlight. It's just a pity, as it's doing a lot of night work, as the evenings are closing in, so we need a lot of headlights on this on our loader machines. But we broke one of the headlights by accident. To be honest, I don't know how we did it. We're moving the timber, and it just swung back and just broke the headlight. So luckily we have a spare, and we're going to refit one. Inside the workshop we have our muck spreader. I know it's a place to be putting it. We have power washed it down so it's nice and clean. As you can see, the front PTO housing that broke a few weeks back. There's a big stone, and it jammed the mechanism, and then when it stopped everything, something had to give, and of course the housing did. This was in the back of the county at the time, and just pure power of the tractor. It just burst up through. Luckily the tractor didn't sustain any damages, yeah, we're just going to get that fixed. Yeah, so that's going to be hopefully fixed next week. With the 2100 here with the Irish William trailer, she was just after bringing over the cow and calf, and she's after bringing in the last few cows we had out in the land. It's good to get them in, and she's parked up there now. So as you can see, the last of our milking cows, we're just coming in for the last milking. So they're going to be milked in the main shed. The rest of them that have been milked are now back in, and they're eating silage. And we have our 465. She was just scraping out. She scraped out once they were all out of the shed, and keeps things clean. So the sheds, we keep them clean too. Use a scraper and that sort of stuff, so you don't always have to go in with a tractor. Yeah, it's good to keep the hygiene in a good state. So over here at the other farm, as you can see, yeah, we have our Thomas just there on the John there. He's heading off to do a bit of rolling for us. Yeah, he just wants to take the 3050 out, as she has been doing a lot of work lately, and just to give her a bit of working. So here we have our main herd. We have a herd of mixed cows and heifers, a few dry cows. Well, one dry cow. We had a case of mastitis out of the dairy herd, so we had to get her dried off. So we're giving the dry cow treatment. We have our Massey Ferguson is just pushing up a bit more silage as we don't fork it all into them, and then we just, it encourages them to eat. As you can see, we have our Hereford bull. This is our main bull for the herd. He's an easy calver, good breed. He produces good beef and dairy cows or calves, so a replacement heifers. So, and then we also have a purebred Hereford heifer there, who hopefully is now in calf. So yeah, it's good to have them. But he produces a good calf. He produces all our yearlings beef herd. So yeah, he's a good bull. He's getting on a little bit. We have him a year. He's about 1 or 2 year old, so he's young enough, youngish. But yeah, he's a good old bull. Quiet. And he's not rough with the cows either, so it's good like that. But you always be wary of them. So this is, yeah, we're still feeding them the silage here. As you can see, we have sawdust down the back. Keeps them bedded down. We have a few Frisian heifers. They're hopefully now in calf. But we have our bale. We have a bale of silage here. We're starting to introduce bale silage, so we're going to have a few more ring feeders pulled out, and then we can start feeding them in the sheds. We don't mind that sort of thing, but because we have plenty of bales, they're a bit easier to handle, and they're better than the pit silage for just that when you're feeding them, they're easy feeding. The main machinery shed is very full. We have a few machines parked up. We have our Marshall trailer. We got that last week. We're not going to give it a bit of work until when we need it. So it's just parked up with the rest of the stuff, including the sprayer. We have a few pencil posts, a few fences that might need repairing. So we're going to hopefully get a pole driver at some stage. And then we have our Massey Ferguson 5612. She has a great tractor. But yeah, she's just parked up for now. So yeah, over to Thomas Farm. So we're here over in Thomas Farm. We have our 1474 County here. She was left here overnight. We're doing a bit of ploughing with her. We've given her a wash. That's why it's not dirty. Yeah, we've got an agreement with Tom to. So he had a 20-acre field, and we're going to put it into barley. We ploughed it up now with the 1474. No bother to her. Some hard ground to pull, but it was fine. This is old trailer there. Sheep are in. They're happy enough. But they're straw and silage, or straw and hay. They wouldn't be given silage. Still has 2 horses out in the land, but this land, lucky enough, if we're starting to introduce a bale or 2 as well. It is getting a bit mucky here at the gate, but further down the field it's fine. They don't mind going out in the fields, but it's going to get really poached. But that's why he has his sheep. The sheep's going to help that. We're going to let the sheep out then, and bring the horses down to another field, and then the sheep will, with their little feet, will pat out the ground. So yeah, they really complement each other. And yeah, that's what's going on Thomas Farm. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Stratton Top Farm. The reason why I do Stratton Top Farm is because it's getting really, really popular. I get great response for it every weekend. It's always something to look forward to, and sure, with all this situation we are in, it's always nice, something to look forward to, so that's why I do it on a Sunday. So episode 20, so we've over 20 episodes so far, so I'm very happy with it. Last week's episode 19, got a huge amount of views, and I was taken away by it. So guys, if you haven't already, hit subscribe. We're almost at 150 subscribers, so we're only 5 off it, so I definitely think we'll get there. Yeah, it's great response from the channel. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you wanted to know, so one of my subscribers, I think it was Martin Walsh, was asking how I do my sheds. So Martin, as you can see, we've started on a new shed. So I've filmed all the sheds so far, and my processes of how I build it, what methods I use, and that sort of stuff. So hopefully it will fill you all in on that video. That video will be out hopefully next. As you see here, most of the models you see here I made myself. So in just for example, made the combine, made the Leyland, the Land Rover, the JCB, Modal, that's been made by myself. Also the Marshall 100, and then some of the trailers, bits and kits like that. So yeah, if you want to go check out, so I have a unique video for every one of these models, from start to finish on how I made them. Now my video quality might vary, so you have to bear with me. I was a bit younger and stuff, but my editing skills have definitely improved. Yeah, hopefully that video on the new build will be out soon. Also, it's kind of like a tutorial, so I'm hopefully I like to encourage people to make their own sheds. It's such a nice thing to do, great accomplishment. It's much more cheaper than, say, buying a shed. You can make whatever you want and that sort of stuff. So I'm going to cover all that in that video. Hopefully it'll be out next week if all goes to plan. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you again soon. And have a good day, and mind yourselves. Bye for now.